Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hi, this is John, and thanks for taking time to learn about FitClerk Software. Today's video incorporates the FitClerk Apparel selection methods. Before we get started in this discussion, I want to mention that you should watch the FitClerk Software application criteria and configuration video. If you haven't, the following slides will provide a quick overview. In the FitClerk Software application criteria and configuration video, I explained how FitClerk stores apparel in each layer and begins the process by clicking on the Start flag and moving through the human icons to accept apparel. We also discussed sport equipment assets and the importance of tracking asset age plus maintenance. I recommend that you watch the asset management video for configuration guidelines to add sports equipment such as shoes, bikes, and indoor equipment to your activities. Next, I explained the importance of performing an inventory of your workout clothing and matching them to the corresponding pop-up windows before using FitClerk software. Also, take advantage of hiding non-relevant categories to eliminate any confusion. Getting back to the apparel selection process video, I'm going to cover 4 different apparel selection methods. They consist of manual, history, FitClerk apparel recommendation, and the activity summary. For starting out, the manual method is available since no data history exists. Once the database is established, the history method allows users to sort the database for specific weather conditions and retrieve apparel. The FitClerk Apparel Recommendation method automatically searches the database for similar weather conditions and retrieves the stored apparel. And finally, the Activity Summary method does not log data, but it's ideal for database searches to match historical data to forecasted weather conditions and future events. Once FitClerk software is configured, the manual method requires 10 to 15 minutes to log an exercise activity. This time will reduce as the application is used more frequently. The logging sequence includes recording an activity, apparel, and weather conditions. Start and finish data capture is required for all these methods to record apparel to weather conditions. FitClerk software will automatically capture weather parameters in the application. This slide provides a step-by-step instruction for the manual method. Feel free to stop the video and read the steps or follow the screenshots. Cursor to Select Activity tab highlighted in red, and view the drop-down activities. Click on the sport of interest. To change the different sport, cursor over the Select Activity tab again to view the drop-down sport and click on the respective activity. From this point forward, the apparel selection process is identical regardless of exercise. As a reminder, FitClerk does not list apparel by manufacturer or brand, rather the apparel type and fabric. The process begins by moving from left to right. Choose indoor or outdoor setting, click zip code as highlighted in yellow, then click Start to retrieve weather conditions. Next, select apparel by clicking the human icon in each layer. Click the small box next to the apparel you wish to wear, and the clothing will transfer to the corresponding layer under the human icon. The selected apparel items are displayed with a red X next to them. Scroll over the abbreviation to view the full description. To remove the item, click the red X. Add more apparel, just click on the human icon again, and select apparel from the pop-up window by checking the small box. Next, click on the asset icons for items such as shoes for running. If you have not created an asset, watch the asset management video for configuration guidelines. The last requirement is in the action fields. In the red highlighted circle, click the edit marker to change date, time, or weather conditions, or click the check mark to accept the entire start data set. The edit feature allows to modify the start or finish data sets. For example, if you want to log an activity 1 hour away, click the start flag to retrieve date, time, weather, and select apparel before departing. Click accept and perform the exercise. This stores the data. When you return, look up the specific weather conditions that match your start and finish workout times. In the start data set, click the edit marker at the far right and revise date, time, and weather conditions. When edit is finished, click accept. As a reminder, it's best to add an asset to your activity to track the age and maintenance needs. Once data is accepted, a Go Exercise pop-up window appears. Click OK to close out the window and leave FitClerk in the standby mode. To complete the finish logging sequence using the manual method, click the Finish flag. FitClerk automatically captures weather parameters. For any apparel removed during the exercise, click the red X next to the item due to increased body heat. In the action field, click Edit to modify or click the check mark to save data. At this point, the data is stored in FitClerk software database. As a side comment, recording the apparel removed during the exercise is very important. No other software teaches how to dress correctly for activities. The finished dataset is the real record of what apparel to wear for similar conditions in the future. More times than not, you will overdress in cool weather conditions, and after 15 to 20 minutes of exercise, your body heat will increase. FitClerk teaches to wear less clothing and to switch to moisture-wicking fabrics. With FitClerk software, the more data you record, the better. This eliminates time and guesswork of what to wear for specific activity and local weather conditions. As a quick reminder, the manual method takes 10 to 15 minutes to log an activity. This will drop as you become familiar with the application. The history method is faster and utilizes filters to search for similar weather conditions to log apparel. As before in the manual method, stop the video to read through the steps and proceed to the next slides. Start the logging sequence as before to capture weather conditions as outlined in items 1 and 2. Instead of manually clicking on human icons to select apparel with pop-up windows, scroll down to the history search and add weather values to the various filters. You may also add performance data such as time and distance. Look at the blue box with dashed lines. FitClerk software sorts existing data based on weather parameters, performance, distance, and date. Premium users have the option to view other users' results by checking the box next to the Run History Search magnifying glass. Select the date which best matches your current weather. The apparel will transfer to the corresponding layers. It's recommended to select the finished dataset since excessive clothes may have been removed. Change apparel by clicking red X to delete or click the human icons to add clothing from pop-up windows. And next, add assets. Then edit or click the check mark to accept. And go exercise. When completed, return and finish the logging sequence by unchecking any apparel removed during the activity and save the data. The next method is my favorite feature of FitClerk software. The apparel recommendation method automates the apparel selection process by 50% but requires historical data. As before in the manual and history method, stop the video to read through the steps, then proceed to the next slides. FitClerk Apparel Recommendation utilizes logic to query and match historical data to current weather conditions. The next few slides are screenshots of the application. Start the logging sequence as before to capture weather conditions. If weather conditions closely match historical weather, FitClerk Apparel Recommendation automatically presents the top 3 datasets. See the orange dashed line box. The other item worth mentioning is FitClerk Premium users can view results from other users. See the red circle and check the box to include data from other users based on gender. No confidential information is provided. This feature provides insight to what other users wear and builds the database faster. Uncheck the box if you do not wish to incorporate this data. Follow the same procedure to select activity, indoor or outdoor setting, and enter zip code, then click the Start flag. FitClerk Apparel Recommendation performs a database search. If no data is displayed, then the database is lacking similar weather and a manual or history search method will need to be performed. If data is present, select the best match. The data includes both start and finished data. It's recommended to select the finished dataset since this lists the apparel that's been removed for those weather conditions. The selected apparel is transferred to the new activity. Adjust apparel by selecting or deselecting clothes and add corresponding assets. You can either edit or accept the data. Look for the Go Exercise pop-up window and complete the activity. When finished, repeat the process by clicking Finish, then uncheck any items that were removed during the exercise. Save the data by clicking on the check mark. The last requirement is to save activity data is to log distance, time, and terrain. This applies to manual, history, and apparel recommendation methods previously covered. A few slides remain. The last option is search in the Activity Summary database, which lists all the recorded activities and is located on the navigation bar. Just enter the upcoming weather conditions to find the historical data and the clothes you wore for running, biking, walking, etc. This eliminates pre-planning time and overpacking. As before in the previous selection methods, stop the video to read through the steps, then proceed to the next slides. The Activity Summary Search does not log data like the previous 3 options. This feature is located in the navigation bar at the top of the application. Click this tab to activate and scroll down to the search filters. Type in weather conditions and performance data. The data will be sorted based on the criteria. This search function is identical to the history search field, but no apparel is transferred. This feature is great to research apparel in your database for future events. Return to the main menu by clicking on Go to Run Activity tab in the navigation bar as highlighted with an orange box. This is a long but very important video. This completes the apparel selection method process. Visit www.fitclerk.com for more videos. If you have questions, send me an email at admin@fitclerk.com. And remember, movement is the best form of meditation.